Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. In 1942, in the cold desert of a small border town in Texas, a group of Cain are kidnapped and mass embraced by members of the fanatical sect, the Sabbat. Out of this group, only a handful survived, and through rituals and mentorship they became the pack known as the Pale Riders. Representing the Sword of Caine, they are wielded by a mentor to cut deep wounds within the heartland of Mexico to the enemies of the Sabbat. Juarez on Fire is a Vampire the Masquerade Sabbat chronicle that follows the Pale Riders pack that consists of Mitch, a Lazombra played by Adam, Coyote, a Ravenous anti-tribute played by Alex, Eldrick, a Caitiff played by David, Jasper, a Bruja anti-tribute played by Joaquin, Cora, a Shimizi played by Slavic, and Richard, a Ventrue anti-tribute played by Tillman. If you'd like to contact us, you can find us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
We will cut to Cora and Richard. So when Mitch does his thing, and then Jasper and Coyote go do their thing, this is what we're going to do. We'll accumulate, we'll tie into that. So you guys are standing there by yourselves in the moonlight with the three vehicles there left to your own. Cora has said, she seems antsy, on edge. You know what I mean? Like just seems irritable. Scenes on YouTube. Go ahead.
Mama, guess I'll have something to do. I'll go sear up for Coyote. Will you help me?
Yes, sure. If I can.
Well, just having you watch is enough, brother.
Right.
So what Cora is going to do is she's going to try to, first of all, she's going to fleshcraft her lips back and, a mouth to the girl.
Make it bigger and pattier for me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, just focus on them making them, all special-like, and I'll make her features more doll-like, try to make her eyes appear bigger.
Give her an innocent, almost like plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
To make her look younger and fresher. Okay, let's see.
And then I'm gonna have her file her teeth into these sharp, just file her, make them appear for example, shark teeth or something like that, triangle shaped. I can't
give
hear
her
you.
a little. Oh, okay. So they give her a little,
the grinning cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. So she's gonna be all pretty and then she'll open her mouth and there'll be this monstrous assortment of teeth there.
Okay, cool. So the role that you did for flesh crafting last time, I know there was two, one for bone craft and one for flesh craft. Which one was the flesh craft one?
Dexterity plus body crafts.
Okay, I'm gonna have you do dexterity and body craft, difficulty 6, because it's pretty straightforward. Because you've practiced this on yourself, matter of fact, except for the teeth. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you have done the teeth before, though, when you had the war right. Difficulty 6. Let's say 2 successes to make her look as good as you know what I mean. You want to.
And I actually have 2 successes because I ignored the one.
Sweet. So you're sitting there, and as you okay, so I'm going to describe the scene. So Richard, do you do it in the back of the dairy truck, Cora, in the dark with the moonlight coming in, or do you take her out, or where do you do it?
Under the moonlight, with the moonlight shining on her.
Nice. So you bring her out into the ground, on the gravel there in the parking lot kind of thing. Is that what you're doing? Anyway, so you take her out, or Richard takes her out, or do both of you guys take her out? I'd say both of you guys would probably need to take her out because you're not as strong as you have potence.
Richard,
right? Yeah, Richard has potence, so he takes her out and
Richard
lays
is
her on the ground. Yeah, he's pretty strong, so he takes her out and lays her on the ground. Richard, you see where Cora goes north south of her, where she's looking, you know what I mean? Her knees are on the side of her head. She's kind of looking down at the girl, and only pushes her hair out of the way. And you can kind of tell, Cora, and you have a high Valdery rating with Coyote, right? Or is it just Coyote who has a high Valdery rating with you?
No, I have a very high rating with Coyote. I think it was the maximum.
And what about you, Cora, with Coyote? What's your rating with him?
5.
5. Okay.
He treats me well, so I like him.
Yeah, well, yeah. You like the whole pack, man. So you're the den mother. So Richard, though, when you lay her out, this lady, and you see Cora like go north south and like take a knee and look down on her and like move the hair out of her face, you see the moonlight hit this girl, and you see like the towels, these white towels that are wrapped around her, and you get this sense of like you realize that this is special to Coyote. Like what's laying out before you. You know what I mean? Like you're looking down at it and you see like she's pale because she's lost 2 blood points, and you see like the moonlight coming down on her. And it's almost like she not to the world, but to her, to you, she shines with this radiance. And you get the sense of it's almost like your best friend or a family member has a baby or something like that. You know what I mean? The first time you see it, you feel this odd connection when you're looking down. So when you see Cora starts doing what she does, and it's not as bloody and it's not as violent, I would say, as what she did to Coyote, but you get the sense of like pride in that Cora is doing something like this for someone in your pack. You know what I mean? It's not as monstrous because she's not like causing her harm. She's making this girl beautiful. And in a way, when she started changing her teeth, you kind of like are wondering if there's like a moral or whatever, you know what I mean, to this or what, but you see that it's sacred what she's doing. It's not like what she did to Coyote, you know what I'm saying? But it's like sacred what she's doing here. And scenes on you guys. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to like explain that you feel connection with this girl because of the connection that Coyote has to her, you know?
Okay, so yeah, Cora will probably, be whispering to the girl like how she's going to be so beautiful and how Coyote loves her so much and that she's so lucky.
You see her her eyes look up at you, but she can't you see that almost like she can't communicate. Like her brain is almost to the point of like she's insane. She's like, but not like like she's in shock, like in mental shock. She's not insane, like carve myself up, but she's in like almost catatonic, like barely holding on. You know what I mean? And she's looking up and her eyes are almost pleading at you. You know what I mean? As they're looking up, especially how you're making them more beautiful and more pronounced. And you can see like she's almost like the last little bit of will that she has left. She's trying to push in the eye contact that you and her have, begging something, make this stop, make it all back to normal how it was like just a day ago or a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? When she was in that diner and you guys like reined in like a force of God and then just ripped her out of her existence. But of course it doesn't stop you. And you go about doing what you do for your own, in a way, selfish ways. As you guys are sitting there and you're watching this, Richard standing there, all of a sudden you hear this scream like, ah, and then you hear a crunch, like a cracking sound. And then all of a sudden you hear like, you smell like burnt smoke and you think the sound of flames. All right, Mitch, back to you. What are you doing, Mitch?
Mitch will slowly walk back to the church's entryway.
The back entryway or the front entryway?
The front entryway. The door he came by.
So you're walking past Jasper and you're walking past Coyote, who has these 2 nuns in the air, like he just broke their neck. And you guys see Mitch walking by you. Go ahead.
Mitch will look at his pack mates, light another cigarette. We best be moving on now. And then he'll just walk out.
So you see Mitch walk past you too, Jasper and Coyote. What are you guys doing?
I basically looked at Coyote and was like, nice job keeping it clean, and just follow after.
Nice job keeping it clean. You guys see all three. You see all 3 of them coming around. You notice it first, Richard, as they come walking around the side. All right, scene's on all you guys. Go ahead.
Slowly walk to his truck.
Yeah. You heard him say it's time to roll out as he walks towards his truck.
Did we get some food for the humans?
Yeah. Did you pick up those cans, Jasper? By the way.
Yeah, I'll pick them up off the ground.
Are there any priestly garb in the priest's quarters?
Well, they're on fire. The priest's quarters is on fire right now. But
I was thinking about using the nuns' clothing.
The nuns' clothing, yeah. And so, God, it's so fucked up. So you got this vicissitude chick with shark teeth who's gonna be wearing nuns' clothing, dude. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway, so you see Mitch walking by. Mitch is going straight to his truck. You wanted to say something to Coyote? Go ahead. Scene's on all you guys. And you guys see this girl laying out in the middle that that Cora just, you know what I mean, vicissitude. All right, Richard, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Your bride is ready for you now.
I'll drop the two nuns and walk over to where she is and admiringly glance down at her.
I follow, and I see that she's important to you, but I don't understand it.
I'll just give him a sideways look and look back down at her without saying anything.
You know, she could be yours longer if you gave her a drop of your blood.
You'll see
forever if you want it.
Flickering across my face. I'll look across there. You do it. I can't marry my own daughter if this is going to be the case.
Okay. So, Cora picks the knife she uses for the Waldery, takes her closer, and then slices her arm. And, just sort of...
You're making her a ghoul, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, the first step of being bound. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, you see like as you do that, you see like your blood hits her lips, and that eye contact, you have it with her again, and you see like her pupils like extremely dilate, dude. And then you see her eyes roll back in her head, and you see like her eyes close, and then you see this smile like break out, like this wide smile, and you see those shark teeth, dude, that are there. Laying on the ground there. So
I'll
take
take her hand.
For the first time, I will also grin. That's all.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said, when I see her shark teeth for the first time, I will grin.
All right, that's nice. All right, go ahead, Cora.
Yeah, then I'll take her arm and his arm, and just sort of join them together.
So the lady stands up, and she like just grabs Coyote's hand, and you feel this. You are surprised a little bit, Coyote, by the little strength that she seems to squeeze onto it. And as your big hand engulfs her old hand, because she doesn't have the young hands that her face has, and the youngness and vibrancy her face has. You look down her hands, you can see like the veins on top of her hands, you know what I mean? But soon you forget it as your large paw, just covers it completely up as you hold her hand there. What the fuck? I did not think this was going to happen, dude. Okay. Now, did you want to have the talk at the church, Cora, or are you guys taking off and going to have the talk somewhere else, or what?
One thing.
Yeah.
I'm struggling a bit to think on how Richard would react to this, and since he has Humanity 6, would this affect him somehow?
Would definitely
I don't think so,
strange.
because I don't think you played it. It would look strange, and it's not like. But I want to think like the two dead bodies that are laying on the ground, the two nuns or whatever. I don't think that would affect your humanity, because you weren't standing there when they got killed, right? You know what I mean? Seeing this girl, you didn't do anything. You're just seeing her. And if anything, even if for some reason you would have to roll a humanity roll for seeing what. It would be, I would feel, be negated by your Baldery roll with Coyote and seeing the happiness it brings Coyote. You know what I mean? And seeing that in a way, it's a fucked up version of matrimony with him and this girl. And almost in a fucked up way, you could probably rationalize it in Richard's head by saying, well, it could have been worse. She could have still been molded shut, thrown in the back of that fucking van, and eventually be killed, or he's being absorbed in. And it's almost like you see this compassionate side of your packmate.
Mm-hmm.
Or, do you know what I mean? So maybe this will be what pulls him off the path that he's going down, where he's inevitable doom of being given over to the Wassail.
Maybe I've got a partner in crime now. No.
No, man. The possibilities are endless. It's like a fucking. We're jumping into like romance movie territory now. No, I'm joking. The monster.
Bit of romance in Twilight.
I'll stick with what I had originally intended. So Richard doesn't get it that Coyote has this new friend, but he's very happy for him that he's happy with it.
Oh. I was about to say, I thought you were saying you're going to get jealous. I'm like, man, that would be a fucking like a twist. You know what I mean? Hey, you never know. It could possibly happen. You could see like something to explore. Who killed my? Oh man, what the fuck? I can't believe I'm even thinking of that potential jealousy, whatever story arcs. You guys are standing in the parking lot right now. Mitch, you were standing by the truck. You guys saw everything. Scene's on you guys. Go ahead.
Well, this stop was much more eventful than I thought it was going to be.
My. I suppose we should get away from the fiery church.
I suppose that we should.
However, I do have a thing that I wish to address about our new member, Richard. He expressed the want to talk about our myths and legends of the Sabbat, and I believe we should indulge him. Now, for some of you, that might be a repeat of things we talked about in the past, but I do wish that you'll state your opinion on these things. But hopefully we'll get to do this sooner rather than later. So I think we should get away from this place, but not too far. Somewhere we can sit and talk.
I agree.
Maybe a couple miles down the road so we can see that warm glow on the horizon.
If you insist, brother.
And you guys definitely see a change in Mitch. When he talks and he stops and he turns and talks to you, and you've seen the moonlight on him, like he seems almost like, what's the term, alabaster? No, that's black, right? He seems like flesh almost seems like, you know what I'm saying? Like it absorbs the light of the moon, you know, in a weird way. Like you definitely see like a change has overcame Mitch at that moment. But go ahead, scenes on you guys.
All right, then. Let's go.
All right.
So you guys get on the road, same vehicles. You notice that Coyote and his new bride, like he gently helps her up the steps into the back of the truck, and he goes behind there and he closes the door. And we'll just assume in the rest of the scenes he's standing in the backdrop. You know what I mean? Like holding her hand. You guys drive like about a mile down the road until you see, like you can pull over to the side, you know, and still see the church. You know how you're starting to see like the main body of the church has caught on fire. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, so Coyote took the two bodies, by the way, the nuns in with him and his new bride, and put him in the back of the truck there, you know, of the dairy truck. So you guys pull over, scenes on you guys. Go ahead.
Well then, come sit in a circle.
I will sit down right next to her, like eager to find out what she's going to say.
I'll get out and just simply, just sit down and like, okay, we're doing this again. Like, just politely listening.
Mm-hmm. Mitch?
Cora?
Where are you sitting?
Mitch will stand slightly behind the circle. So they can look at Cora's face.
I will tell you the story of Cain, or at least a part of it. Now, there are many myths and legends, but I will tell you this, what I have learned from our dear bishop. This knowledge is not something you can easily find, but he did provide me with a couple of verses from the Book of Nod, our holy book. And I do hope that you'll come to understand and respect these words. Brother Richard, I assume that you are acquainted with the story of the first murder?
Quite.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Well, it's not quite as the humans know it. While it is true that God cursed Cain with a mark, he cast him out into the land of Nod. But that's not where Cain's story ends. In many ways, this is where it begins. Because when he was cast out into the land of Nod, he met Lilith. And Lilith showed him compassion. She gave him food, clothing, where he had not. And the two became lovers. But Cain wondered where she got the food, how she made the clothes. And he pleaded her to teach her. He pleaded her day and night, or rather night after night. And after a while, she relented and awakened Cain by bleeding into a bowl. 3 angels visited Cain, afterwards, and I will tell you what they said, as I have written it down. Now you must understand that the Book of Nod is written this part of the Book of Nod is written from the perspective of Cain, and I will try to keep it to its original wording as I have learned it from Vidar. Michael, General of Heaven, wielder of the holy flame, said unto me, Son of Adam, son of Eve, thy crime is great, and yet the mercy of my Father is also great. Will you not repent the evil that you have done, and let his mercy wash you clean? And I said to Michael, Not by the ones above's grace, but mine own will I live in pride. Michael cursed me, saying then, For as long as you walk this earth, you and your child will fear my living flame, and it will bite deep and savor your flesh. And this, Richard, is why we burn in the fire, why it hurts us so much. This is not just...
Mitch, that probably stings you hearing that too after your whole talk and what you just did. But go ahead, continue on. I just wanted to point that out. Go ahead, Slavic.
Cain's pride is why we burn. And we carry that pride deep within us. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I understand.
And on the morning, Raphael came on lambent wings, light over the horizon, driver of the sun, ward of the east. Raphael spoke, saying, Cain, son of Adam, son of Eve, your brother Abel forgives you for your sin. Will you not repent and accept the mercy of the Almighty? And I said to Raphael, Not by Abel's forgiveness, but mine own will I be forgiven. Raphael cursed me, saying then, For as long as you walk this earth, you and your children will fear the dawn, and the sun's rays will seek to burn you like fire. Wherever you hide, always hide now, for the sun rises to take its wrath on you. And it is because of Cain's pride that we burn in the sun, and we carry this pride in our hearts. Do you understand this, Richard?
Yes, I understand.
And when I awoke from my day of sleep, I heard the sound of gentle Russian wings, and I saw the black wings of Uriel draped around me. Uriel, Reaper, angel of death. Dark Uriel, who dwells in darkness. Uriel spoke to me quietly, saying, Son of Adam, son of Eve, God Almighty has forgiven you your sin. Will you accept his mercy and let me take you to your reward, no longer cursed? And I said to dark-winged Uriel, Not by God's mercy, but my own will I live. I am what I am. I did what I did, and that will never change. And then, through dread Uriel, God Almighty cursed me, saying, Then for as long as you walk this earth, you and your children will cling to darkness. You will drink only blood. You will eat only ashes. You will be always as you were at death, never dying, living on. You will walk forever in darkness. All you touch will crumble into nothing until the last days. And that, Richard, because of Cain's pride, we feel the beast in our hearts, and we lust for blood of men. Do you understand this, Richard?
I understand that this curse is what seals the pride in Cain, what seals the pride in us.
Yes. And after this, Cain had awakened, had truly awakened. This was the moment where he first learned the disciplines. This is the first moment where Cain could be called a vampire. So tell me, what do you think of this story? The story is not yet finished. What do you think of Cain, our dark father, whose legacy we all carry? Do you think he was blessed?
Grand legacy.
Or do you think he was cursed? Or do you think he simply is?
I think he was enlightened.
Enlightened. Why do you think so?
He found his responsibility and he stuck to it. He did not beg for forgiveness.
Yes. He was very, very stubborn. What do you think, brothers?
I think that Cain found wisdom in his life, and that when others tried to question his wisdom, he stuck by it. And he did not let himself waver from his conviction.
So then Cain was in the right, God was in the wrong. And
Indeed,
you?
sister, indeed.
God shot himself in the foot with the last curse.
And Mitch, what about you?
I think Cain gave God the correct middle finger.
So you also think Cain was in the right. Interesting. I shall leave the rest of the story for another day, or rather another night. But I do hope that I've given you all something to think about, and that things are not always as clear as they seem.
On that note, before we end the session, I want to know how each of your characters have processed, you know what I mean? Like everything with this final touch of the story, you know what I mean? Like everything that happened today, maybe, or throughout, you know what I mean? They're undead, they're on life, excuse me. You know, like how is this singing true? Because in a way, I felt Richard when you gave what you felt, it almost like seemed to reinforce like your drive and determination to stick to something. Like when you're driving down that road and you heard that, you know what I mean? And you said that Cain sounded like he just said, no, I'm stuck with this. I'm going to do my thing and I'm going to do what, you know what I mean? I want to do on my own. Was I correct in that? Did I interpret that correctly?
Yeah. I think Richard would also be really stubborn and just standing up to the hardships and
yeah.
the things
I mean, you're a podunk
around him.
Yeah, well, first you had a hard life. You're a podunk, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like a podunk moonshiner who probably got looked down upon by most people who lived in, you know what I mean? The town, low education, all that shit. And then you got embraced against your own will. So now you're almost looking at like, you know, you have someone to emulate. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like the first vampire you can emulate. Yeah, in a way. What about you, Jasper? Or do you have anything to add to that? I'm sorry. I look like you're about to say something.
Yeah, I think Richard isn't full of pride right now, but it's definitely something that he would aspire to become
like,
the Sword of Caine.
Like Elenipe in a way, right?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. What about you, Jasper? How are you absorbing this? And
I suppose that by this point he's sort of seen this story, and after everything tonight, he's sort of like, okay, so I know that these people are now they're in my pack, and now I have to stand by my conviction, even though there's going to be a whole lot of hardship coming in towards it. I have to stick by it. Have to stay the course.
I like that. Like, so like there's strength in numbers, and basically you guys are going to survive this together. And like with how you were talking to the talk you had with Elenipe and then the talk you had with Coyote, you've came to that conclusion. That's crazy. I never would have thought that about Jasper at the beginning of the session. You know what I mean? But it's kind of crazy how these games work out. You know what I mean? Certain things happen and their characters adjust their train of thought. You know what I mean? I like that. That's pretty cool. Talking about adjusting their train of thought. Mitch, so you've had, lesson from Cora, kind of like bring everything in.
Mitch feels very liberated right now. He's burning away.
Oh wow, liberated
life, and he's going to embrace
Cain
fully.
Oh wow, that's dope. So like hearing the story about Cain kind of saying I'm going to do what I'm going to do is kind of like you let go of everything too by like you're saying like basically almost like burning that priest that you embraced was a way of you snubbing and saying no to the opportunities to be forgiven for what you are, right?
Correct.
That's crazy, man. That's good stuff. I can't wait to explore it further. What about you, Cora? I mean, you're the one who gave, you know what I mean, that talk. What's going on in Cora's mind at this moment?
Well, Cora's mind is sort of, just slowly, it's really messy right now, okay? Because she did a lot of stuff right now with flesh crafting the girl for Coyote, and then leading the sermon, I guess, of Cain, and sort of preparing for all that. And now she's just a bit overwhelmed, I guess, from all the things she's feeling.
And think about it, you're only about a sixth of the way to where you guys need to get.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded? One which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there. High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.
The mission seems simple enough, don't they always? Simple sweep and flush out operation. We loaded them up in a hazmat tanker in Montreal and shipped them to a downtown warehouse in the Valley of the Sun. They would have been in and out in a few nights. Well, we wouldn't be telling the story if it all went as planned, would we?
I go ahead and I pop Wyatt in.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna run at him and do a sweet spin kick and knock his head off.
We're waiting to see whether or not the abomination kills us.
Shufflehead Chronicles is available on the Critical Hints feed. Search for Critical Hints in iTunes, Google Play, or any other podcatcher.
I don't think this is how. No.
The Los Angeles metropolitan area is constantly growing and changing. The Central District is full of new buildings. The Hollywood and Wilshire districts, once far from downtown, now are part of a which spreads past Beverly Hills and out to the ocean. But why is all this going on in Los Angeles? Why is Los Angeles an exploding city?
Neon Masquerade.
The Demon's Mirror.
13 Candles.
3 chronicles running through the undead veins of the City of Angels.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers Actual Play Podcast invites you to drink deeply.
Go to eorpodcast.com and search the Duets tag to find out more.
Hi guys, I wanted to let you know about my YouTube channel, the video journals of Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey is a character I play in a live-action vampire game called New England Nightmares, which uses the new By Night Studio rules for Mind's Eye Theatre. The chronicle's set in the city of New Haven, Connecticut, and we run on the third Saturday of every month in Southington, Connecticut. Most of the credit for the stories told in my journals comes from the plots developed by the amazing storytellers who run my game. So the videos on my channel are basically an in-character video logs of the newly sired Ventrue Mike Bailey. They follow him from his days as a naive mortal to his violent embrace during the Anarch Revolt in the City of London, and on to his arrival on the shores of New Haven. The journals show Mike trying to come to terms with his kindred nature, his powerful but impure blood, and his attempts to hide his past from other members of the court of Prince Lucius. So I put out updates every 2 weeks, and I love feedback and questions, so check out my channel, subscribe, and leave me a comment.